Pumpkins and squashes, both summer and winter squashes, are among the most widely cultivated crops in homes, in allotments, and in gardens. And people like to know about them. People love them. I love them. Many people also share the same interest. The varieties getting gradually diversified. You can have more than what was routinely available in the shops or in the seed catalogs. But as you know, I like books, I like information which specifically go into depth about one subject. I'm fed up with the kind of general gardening or allotment books that they cover all the topics. Very vast sea of knowledge, little depth. And by people who actually have not done the cultivation themselves. You see the picture of the hand of a young lady when actually the author is not the same person. Posh gardeners who don't do the gardening themselves but write about it. Gardeners or allotmenteers who claim that they are the fastest growing web or YouTube or whatever in the Europe or the world or universe or cosmos. But they hate vegetables. You don't see they cultivate much. Or you don't see they harvest anything. You never see them actually cooking it. So, the best way is always to go for the masters in any field. And the masters in this field are those who have written comprehensive books about pumpkins and squashes. I have a few books here which are just about the pumpkins and the squashes. The topmost of them is The Complete Squash. Is by Amy Goldman. This book is published in the United States. I must say that before anything else. In the English-speaking world, the best books on pumpkins are written by the Americans. Simply because they have more varieties of pumpkins and squashes. Many of them are from the North America and South America. They have bigger lands. All the traditions of for example, pumpkin for Halloween and other things, it seems originates from the America, from the early settlers who went there. That was a staple food for them. There is a prayer actually. They say that God give me one food which has no pumpkin in it. It was during those times that they had only pumpkin available. They learned it from the Native Americans and the original nation. And this was a crop that everybody had to eat. There was not much more available. Okay, now the Americans know a lot about pumpkins, and the best books, of course, written by them in this field. And Complete Squash, which I will go later for a better review of this, comprehensive review of this, is the best book you can get on the subject. And the good news is that many of the pumpkins and squashes described in this book, you can buy it actually. The seeds of them are available in a very comprehensive website, American website. If you're in the UK, you can get 5 seed packs from them at each time, it seems. There's a rule for that. is import rule. And this about a few seed packs from that supplier, which actually seems has most of the pumpkins and squashes mentioned here. That's Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. This is American company, of course. And then this book, if you get a copy of it, I don't think anybody sells that. Is not available secondhand. Secondhand sometimes is more expensive than the new one. Try it, you will see that. The cheapest you will ever get is about £40 or £50. If you are lucky, I don't think you will be lucky to get a £50 or £40 version of this. If you are lucky, good luck. Usually it is on sale for £70 or more, about $100. Nobody sells this book because it's such a good book, such a comprehensive book. There is no pumpkin available to us that this book has not mentioned it. And I'm saying it because I've looked at many of them. I've grown a few of them. Amy Goldman has done a good job, especially with conjunction with the photographer. Look, they have taken very beautiful artistic photograph all through the books. They have a very lovely section for the for recipes to what to do with your harvest of pumpkin and summer and winter squashes. And yeah, what can I say about this book? You must love pumpkins to understand what I mean. For example, I've grown this variety, and I have bought and learned about this from this book, and then I bought it from the heirloom, the Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company in America also, and yeah, that is claimed to be the most beautiful pumpkin in the world. I've made several videos about it. The latest one you can see also in the probably under this video, and before this video, the last one. This is a very good book. Buy it if you can afford it. Don't expect to buy a cheap one because nobody sells this book, at least for now. The book has the content of the book as you see here. I will have a separate video about it. This book really deserves a separate entry on its own. And yeah. Next to the best is The Perfect Pumpkin. Again, is an American book by Gail Damerow. I told you this is it's full of stories and anecdotes about how the pumpkin was developed and used in America, cultivation, all the varieties, all the tricks of the trade, everything mentioned. Is in America you can buy it for about $15. I've not seen it in the UK. If you can find second-hand copy, probably about £10 or so, you can buy it in the UK, or you can get it from the library just for it. This book is not in pictures. Of course, it doesn't need, it seems, because it's packed with information. If you want something about pumpkins with varieties, this is the book to go, Complete Squash. But if you want to have the knowledge about the pumpkins, want what to do with that pumpkin that you have, growing, cooking, and carving about it, and also stories about pumpkins, Perfect Pumpkin is the book to go for. There are several other books here in the UK. We have it. These two books, Growing Squashes and Pumpkin and How to Grow Squashes and Pumpkins, they're basically the same book. I was tricked to buy both of them, thinking that they're different. They are not. Richard Byrd, same number of the pages, same photographs, everything is the same. Not bad book, but not in depth. Too much shallow, I think is a little bit too much like a Dorling Industry books. Not much about the varieties of a pumpkin, which is what we want to know. And if you buy either of them, you have read the other one as if you have already the other one. I cannot say the same about this book, Pumpkins and Squashes, Gardening and Crafts and Recipes by Caroline Boyce. I keep things in between the pages. This is a Reader's Digest book, of course. It was published in the seems it was published in the UK. Let me see. Limited. Yeah, okay. It's given the thing in the Library of Congress, so it must be American again. Not surprisingly. This is a good book. I'm telling you, this is a good book. Full of recipes. Good varieties, good pictures, how to carve the pumpkin, how to decorate it. I'm not interested in that, but if anybody is interested, that's the way. And some, not very extensive, but some entries for about different varieties of pumpkins. I think that comes at the end. Yeah, not bad. Actually, this is good. These entries are good. It gives you something about the pumpkins. I've grown some of these, and I can say that some of them are really good. For example, surprisingly, from this book, Complete Pumpkin, about two varieties of seeds of pumpkins. One from Iran, and the other one was Kadupolo from Tajikistan, the country of Tajikistan in Central Asia. And I bought a few French and Greek ones also. The French and Greek ones either failed to give anything, or when the crop was available, it just rotted easily. It didn't survive the British harsh weather. Wet and damp and cold can be everything. But surprisingly, those two varieties, Iran and Kadupolo from Tajikistan, they survived the British weather. I have them, and actually I made a video about Iran. The other one is in my car, and I have to go and bring it and just eat it, the Kadupolo version. So anyway, I'm digressing. These are the books that you can buy. You can of course borrow from a library. The last one that I mentioned. The price of it, the pumpkins and squashes, gardening crafts and recipes. There is no price tag on it. I don't know where it must have a dust jacket. I don't know where is the dust jacket. I probably removed it or put it somewhere. Anyway, there is a price somewhere, is it? No. Anyway, should be around £10 or something like that. Okay, which ones I recommend? I recommend this pumpkin and squashes, Perfect Pumpkin, and above all, the Complete Squash. These two books by Richard Baird, practically, if you get them very cheap, buy them, otherwise don't bother. I don't trust this person who has written the same book and published it under two different names by two different publishers. Yeah, two different publishers. This one's $6.99 by which company? Southwater. The same book. $6.99 by Lorenz Book. Okay, you can say that the publisher he gave it to the second publisher after the first publisher sold out all the copies. You can investigate that for yourself. It's here. The dates here is written. This was published in 2008, 2003, and 2008. And Mr. Richard Baird sold this book again to another company. If I can find here, 2003. Okay, we can say that he was selling the same book in 2003 to two different companies. Or the publisher was selling it to different, or distributor, or whatever. Very strange. Same book, same author, two different names, whatever. You can make your mind about it. If I wanted to go for a book, Complete Squash, Perfect Pumpkin, Pumpkin and Squashes, these three. I will not go for these two. Okay, this is my three sister system for 2015, starting to put laying down the irrigation system of it. These are practically pipes that I have made holes in them, then joining them with the duct tape. It doesn't matter if this is not really completely sealed, because that actually serves my purpose. I want irrigation, some water leaking will be nice in a way actually. So about a foot of the trunk, just join them, cutting at an angle, then joining them by this duct tape. Again, leaking is not a big problem here. So I'll put also one of those bottles, half bottle cut at that, and then that's it. We're ready. I dig them, of course, into the ground, bury them. So in this way, the plants, the roots of them will receive the water, and the soil will remain dry practically. Slugs and other pests will be discouraged. At the same time, the weeds will be also discouraged, so we will not have such problems. And yeah, 2015 three sister system. I mean, of course you know what it is. Three sister system is planting sweet corn. Along sweet corn will provide, as they say, its original American Native Americans system. Sweet corn will provide stock for the beans, runner beans or any French bean or any beans to climb on. At the same time, the canopy of the pumpkins and the squashes and the courgettes will suppress the weeds, because it gives them a shadow, provides a shadow. And then that's called three sister system. I do sometimes add another sister to that called sunflower. Sunflower I will add also. Last year I added it, was really beautiful. And yeah, we will see how it is. So practically I will irrigate all the soil underwater, hopefully. Here and there just remains something. I may add a few bits here, just a pipe to here, just a pipe to there. I may not even bother for that, because practically they will receive the water. The roots will go really far. Easily can get the underlying structure of the soil will be moist, so the roots will search for that water definitely. So that is 2015 three sister system irrigation. Okay, three sister system is now under construction in this beautiful sunset. As you see, I'm spreading 2 inches of the compost that I'm extracting from my own compost heap. I just sieve them. That's the plastics and the bindweed. Surprisingly, they are similar together. They go to the same. And yeah, that's the three sisters. I may add some of these wigwams. Instead of one, I put two between these others. So modifications gradually. We will see how it is going. Okay, this is the three sister system for this year. And because I have now put 2 inches of the compost here, is ready, the bed is ready. It was last year my potato bed. This year I've decided to also not only use the beans on the big wigwams. This year probably I will try some peas also. I will put a network of strings around here. So in total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wigwams here. So this will be for the runner beans, French climbing beans, which I bought from the Real Seed catalog. Some of the tall, also tall peas, which I bought again from Real Seed catalog, and they are ready almost. So in the middle I will put the sweet corns and the courgettes and the pumpkins, and also in the between also. So God willing, we will have a crop of 3 systems. I have some sunflowers, also seedlings ready, so I can plant them also. So we will have a good, beautiful area, some crop we can use or eat. We can eat and give it to our friends also. So that will be for 2015, God willing. That's the way it is now. The tracks you see on the screen are midgets. Beautiful sky, one day after storm. Okay, this is the way I do my wigwams. Being interested in science and living on it. What I am doing is creating a kind of a spiral shaped by the twine, like a DNA molecule, the structure, the model of a DNA. So I have 6 poles. I start tying it twine to one side, gradually spiraling up. Then starting from the third one again. First one tied, second one left on its own, third one tied again, a twine, and then spiraling upward. Then starting from the that's the 5th one. I start again, and the twine coming up. That's the resulting structure, and that will be for my climbing bean, runner beans, and hopefully this year I will start to do it for the tall peas. I don't like dwarfing peas anymore. I'm fed up with them. They're too fiddly. The crop is not big enough. I want tall variety, old heirloom varieties. So I got it from the seed catalog, real seed catalog. So last year I got it. It was a little bit too late for that. So this year I'm starting hopefully at the right time of the year. And looking forward to the tall peas on the wigwam. That's the experience on its own. Experiment. So that's it. 3 sister system with 10 wigwams, and the center will be sweet peas and sweet corns and the courgettes and the pumpkins. Courgette will be at the margin and the pumpkins will be at the middle, that they don't need any fiddling with, but courgette needs to be harvested, so I have to put them in the margins between the wigwams. So I will have some space for doing this, and that's what is going to be done in this beautiful, lovely day I've got. Oh, look at that. And the garden is shining. Look at that orchard. And the happy polytunnel, thanks God. Okay, the wigwams, or probably tepees, am I right? Call them tepees, are done anyway. And the strings and everything, I put them here. And I've put the first batch of the tall peas here. These are the ones that I bought from the real seed catalog. Not the ones I filmed them last night. These are from the previous batch I had. And there will be more planted. Then I will also do another. Probably I will do 3 or 4 of this wigwam just for peas. And this is the way I've done it. So when the climbing bean or the runner bean comes, they just can cling to this, go up, and grow. Let me see how the chickens are doing. That's Sylvie. Sylvie was broody, now she's out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is Janie? Oh, Janie probably is laying. Ah, yeah. I think Janie, the white light Sussex, is laying. I'm looking forward to that egg. Okay, I have received my package of seeds, the last package of seeds probably for this growing season. And Yeah, I bought from this seeds. I ordered them from the company called the Real Seed Catalog. This is a British company, and they supply some of the best heirloom seeds available in Britain, in England. And I don't like to grow seeds which actually are not heirloom. I grow sometimes some seeds, for example, Sungold F1. That is hybrid, but I don't like genetically modified non-heirloom seeds because I don't trust those things. And also, these are natural. Our bodies have been adapted to them. We have probably many of them over many generations have been modified, and they have been modified to our taste and to our digestive system. So I have a set of the seeds now here, and I will go through them. One of the seeds that I always liked, and I've grown it already, is a kind of winter squash called Musky du Provence. It's one of the most beautiful, long-keeping, and sweet kind of winter squash pumpkin. And I've grown it. It's really beautiful when it is green. Then gradually over the storage it turns kind of light brown. Another one, this is the Blue Hungarian. It's kind of a metallic greenish, pale green, and medium size, not very big, not very small, winter squash. And the flesh is, of course, orange and is beautiful. I like it. I've grown it already once. And another variety, which I'm doing first year, is Boston winter squash. I suppose this is from the one of those varieties that is from Americas. And yeah. And it as it's called Boston, I don't know anything to do with the city of Boston in the United States of America, but that's the seed that we have. If anybody knows about this, please can you tell me? It seems, as they say, it's a rich, prolific plant, and it gives a lot of good winter squashes. And I love winter squashes. I'm crazy for it. That is another, I think that is another American one, Thelma Sanders sweet potato. I grown it once the previous year. The most beautiful small winter squash that you can find. I like the look of it. It's so well keeping. I gave a lot of it to my friends as a gift. They loved it. And yeah, it's delicious. I recommend, if anybody wants to grow butternut squash, don't bother with it. Butternut squash is not really a good, easy to grow, and the taste is not good. Thelma Sanders sweet potato is not a sweet potato; it's a winter squash. It's the same size almost. It's more delicious. It is a long keeper, and it is ornamentally fabulously beautiful. I like that. I'm growing it again. It was not possible last year. They ran out of seed. This Real Seed Catalog. They didn't have any of these seeds. So unfortunately, I didn't have last year any of this. So I'm really happy this year I can have it. Now we come to the beans. Of course, I'm not going to grow much runner beans this year. I grow a few here and there, but this is French bean, clam French bean. Probably nothing to do with the France, it's just looking like it. It's called Cherokee Trail of Tears. I suppose it's something to do with what is now called Cherokee Nation of Native North Americans. And probably this was one of the things that they could keep during their travel across the Americas when they were pushed away from their lands. This happens when you welcome somebody with a gun, and the guns gradually get pointed at you and you have to submit. Anyway, I'm diverging now. Submit to the will of them, just give up your land. That's what happened in there. That's what happened probably in Palestine. And this is the logic of all the invasions. When you come with force, you don't come there to just be living in peace. You come to rule. That's the way Genghis Khan came. That's the way the Turks came to the Middle East. That's the way people went to Australia, to Americas, or anywhere. Germans, name it, everywhere. That's the human nature. Anyway, that's a climbing bean. I like tall climbing beans. I've grown a few kind of what you call climbing French beans varieties. They look like each other almost sometimes. So I like the taste of them, so I'm growing them again this year. And this is a dwarf French bean. I don't know why I ordered this. I don't like dwarf French beans. Probably I made a mistake. Anyway, I must chase this up to see why this one is sent to me. I don't like dwarf beans. Simply because these dwarf beans are not for me. They're too small. They would take space without actually giving much. So I don't go for them. I'll probably have to return it. Yeah. The next is my... Oh, lovely. Telephone. Tall climbing pea. I don't like dwarf peas. Peas which are 90 centimeter tall, 1 meter tall, they're not for me. They take their space. They don't give you much crop. I want tall ones. And tall ones, I can grow them over the tepi, as our new friend has told. Or wigwam, as they called here in the UK, in England. They can grow tall, and they give good crop over a long season. And the longer, the better for me in my allotment. The taller, the better. And this is another variety of the tall pea, Lord Leicester. And it's again another one of the heirlooms, so I can keep the seed of this also. I'm looking forward to see how they do. I've already had a few from last year, so I'm going to plant them tomorrow. This is for another batch of that. I want to have more because succession, as they call it, succession crop. So when it's ready, the other one is growing gradually. So you will have a continuous supply of the thing, not just a glut. Okay, that is another soup pea, is Latvian, from Latvia, probably, Baltic state. Yeah, they are not, you cannot eat, they're very starchy if you eat them fresh. So you have to keep them and dry them and then put them in the soup. It's the first time I'm trying this, so I'm looking forward to see how it is. It's again heirloom. All of these seeds are heirloom. And another variety, Champion of England. Oh, I like that. Tall climbing pea. I think I had a few planted of this year, and I've sown them. I mean, I'm going to plant them probably tomorrow. We will see how I'm doing, if I'm right. And I bought this again just to have more seeds if I want to have a succession of this. Then that's the dwarf French beans. I don't like dwarf French beans. Now this year I'm trying something new. I thought that okay, it's good to try something new, give myself a treat. And this year I'm trying the oca. This is like potato. In South America they grow it along the potatoes. Exactly the same way that you grow a potato. But as I have seen some videos in the YouTube, they taste somehow like a carrot as if. It's a kind of posh, fancy crop. They don't grow very big. And as I understood, they have different colors. So I have bought a few of them. Oh, look at them. It's the first time I've seen this. Look. They have the sprouts. And like what potatoes have. And they're in different colors. So, we will see how they look. Must be very careful they don't break because these are the growing tips. So, there is more here inside there. I just ordered a mix of them. So, this mix, I think the mix cost me about £10. So, as the first timer, I'm just growing something new this year. See how it is. That's all the seeds that I have now ordered, and I received it, and God willing, when I sow them, I will have a good crop of them. I will, of course, try to give an update on how they are doing. Telmasander sweet potato is a kind of winter squash. It's not sweet potato. It's beautiful. It's shaped like a heart. Beautifully shaped like a heart. When you cut it, you see it's a heart. Typical stylized heart, of course. And it has grooves in it. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful squashes, winter squashes I've ever seen. This is small. It's not very big. Probably at the most 15 to 20 centimeter. Half a kilo to 1 kilo at the most. But it's beautiful. You can give it as a gift to anyone, and you can eat it. It's delicious. Better than the butternut squash. Now I'm going to sow some of the seeds of it. I bought the seeds from the Real Seeds catalog. You can read about it in their website. You can also go to the Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company in America. They have all the information that you can find also in the book of the Complete Pumpkin there about this variety. And these are the seeds as they look. Yeah. And my hand is really dry now after working all the day. Here. Also soils. Anyway, now look at this, and then we go now for the planting of it. Just as usual, like any other squash or any other kind of seed like this, you just put them on their standing side and the thin part of it, so it's easy for the plant to actually lift it up. Root goes down for the dust, stardust, as we call it. This is all organic matter, stardust, anything. Soil is the stardust. Then they're sending the solar panels up for this star, which gives energy to everything. Solar panels here are a metaphor for the leaves. That's practically solar panels. Beautiful world. This is my 3 sister system, or actually 5 sister system. Sun came briefly, so I just thought that is a good time to actually take a picture and make a video. As you see, these are the plants. A little rain makes a big difference. The plants absorb the moisture immediately, so the soil is dry. Also the wind was blowing, so it helped also the moisture to be absorbed better. Sweet corns are gradually getting ready. Look at the tassels, the change in color, they were green. And look at the silks in the center of the picture. They're turning completely to brown. So when they're brown, completed, they maybe are ready to eat. So what I will do, I will remove some of those husks around them, just to open and see how it is. Probably in 1 week time. At the moment, the silk is brown, the tassels are almost a straw yellow, and this is my first batch, so ready for harvest probably in 1 week. I will start to harvest gradually because I don't want, like last year, squirrels have it first. And look what I have found. I'm seeing somewhere here something like a Pumpkin. Yeah, there. Pumpkins are everywhere now, even near the top of the sweet corns. Of course, I have them here also. And that is best way actually, when they're hanging, they don't get damaged by anything, they don't get deformed by laying on the ground, but under their own weight to be deformed. So probably that's the nicest thing. Let them go over the wigwams. I saw it in the Walmer Castle, and after that I just let the pumpkins also go over the wigwams. This one has grown so much since the last time I filmed it. It's almost now touching the ground. Yeah, just 2 inches above the ground. And there is a neighbor of it just there beyond. Looking good. Another fine specimen of the pumpkin that I mentioned. I just discovered it now. I thought that this pumpkin plant gives only one per vine, but now this is the second one. It's called, in some catalogs and books about pumpkins, the most beautiful pumpkin in the world. We will see. I have now 2 of it. This is a pumpkin that some people have claimed that this is the most beautiful pumpkin in the world. Can we tell that safely? I don't know. We will wait for that. At the moment, it looks like this, and I will keep watching it until the harvest time, and then I heard it's a very long keeper. We will see how it is. Can you guess the name? If you can guess the name, please write in the comments below. Today is Saturday, 15th of August 2015. This side of the sky is cloudy. That side is beautiful and cloud-free, or maybe just clouds. But what I'm going to talk about is not the clouds. It's a tree system, and the result that is gradually coming up. And for me, the best measure of the success is growing one of these beauties. This is a pumpkin. I've grown many varieties of pumpkin this year. I don't label them usually because in the allotment we have thieves, unfortunately. People who don't care about the others, and so I just don't label them practically. So it's better just I know what it is when it is ripened, and this is one of them. It can be one of these Halloween pumpkins. Probably even the one that I bought from Marshall's, the seeds of it. But we will not know until it is ripe. And there is another sister of it down there. If you look carefully. Growing in solitude. And yes, try to get a better view of that. So this one is a bit bigger. This one is slightly smaller, but both of them are doing well. And this is the Three Sisters system. I like it. I like it to be like that, compact. It's like a surprise for me. Okay, of course I will harvest the sweet corns, hopefully before the squirrels find them or rats eat them. But in the autumn, October, November, when everything has gone brown and dead, and I just go and see and look at the most beautiful harvest, most beautiful epilogue for the season, and that is looking for pumpkins and winter squashes. That's the delight of the allotment organic life. Sunday, 2nd day of the November 2014, pumpkin variety Iran, and I'm going to harvest it now. It's one of the largest pumpkins I've ever grown, and this is the texture of it. As the book says, the complete pumpkin, this is a long keeping pumpkin. The Turks are coming. They led the refugees from Syria and Iraq, directed them toward the Europe, asking them, giving facilities to them, the same way that they direct all the terrorists in the world to go to Syria because they want to take over the whole Syria and the Middle East. Now you see the Turks have taken over in our allotment in Europe. The Turks are coming back. When I told you Turks are coming back, you don't believe me. Look at it. Turbans of the Turks already in England. They are clever. When the United States and UK asked the Turkey just to play their role in fighting the ISIS terrorists, which the godfather of them is actually Turkey, they hesitantly tried to avoid it, but under the public opinion pressure after the death of tens of Britons in Tunisia under attack by the Turkish-backed terrorist ISIS, people thought that, oh, who is benefiting from that? The terrorists attacked the Mediterranean resorts where the Western tourists are going. So where they go next? They go to Turkey. In Tunisia this happened, in Egypt this happened, in Libya it happened, in Algeria, in Morocco. So all the fingers were pointing to Turkey. As the Sherlock Holmes says, Watson, follow the money. So, Turkey had to hesitantly agree with that, but at the same time they started to attack the Kurds, which were fighting the ISIS. When they were confronted, why you are doing that, they came up with another brilliant idea to put pressure on Europe. What was that? They facilitated the transfer of the refugees through their territory toward the Greek island of Kos, where practically they were in Europe. Turkey is not accepted in Europe for obvious reasons, backing terrorism, being Islamist and other things. What happened is that now they have put pressures by hundreds of thousands of terrorists and potential terrorists, I'm telling you, refugees you can call them. Who knows who is among them? Flooding the Europe. The Turk turbans already appeared in the European soil. This is one of the earliest pumpkins that every year reliably crops well. It's called Uchiki Kuri, or orange pumpkin. It's a Japanese pumpkin, and as you see, it looks orange. If you keep this specimen long enough, it gets red. This is a slightly different variety of that Uchiki Kuri. It's called red curry, and it's quite delicious. It has big seeds inside it. You can use it as a snack, roast it and salt it and eat. And it keeps well. I had it up to April last year. And it's the second year I'm growing this, and it's really good. It's beautiful, it's shapely, and it's small enough to be finished before getting moldy in the fridge. So that's quite a nice size pumpkin. Anything bigger than this is a little bit difficult to use it if you're not big eaters of pumpkin. Today is the 3rd of the October. This is the pumpkin that I have here. I will show you around the shape of it, so take a good look. So it's kind of oblong, and you can tell me now what it resembles. Yeah, you know what it resembles now? Yeah, that's it. You're right. Yeah, you got it. Winter squash variety Kadu Polo. This is from Tajikistan, and beautiful. They eat it with rice, mix it, chop it, and dice probably into shaped like dice, and then eating with the... Okay, this is a video about the winter squash, the variety Boston. As you see, it's the first year that we have planted this. The seed was bought from the Real Seed Catalog. It's an organic heirloom seed company in the UK. And this is the first time that we have. And I'm really impressed. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, they could come out with the weather.
Beautiful. Size of it. I have to put something under it to prevent it from being rotten by the rain and the beautiful plant. Guess what? We had last night lightning, and now we have a lightning F1 winter squash. That's the plant. And these are the fruits. They're kind of similar to acorn squashes, but with this kind of stripy texture. Spaghetti squash, the variety's name is Stripety F1. It's a good sized spaghetti squash. When it is ripe, it grows a red texture, yellow texture with green stripes and some dots of the green all around. And it has one plant gives about 3 fruits. I'm looking forward to eat this one. Instead of a spaghetti. And that will be in after the harvest. It's pumpkin. Jacob, can you put your hand there? To think how big it has become. It's ripening instead of getting any bigger, it seems to me.
Yeah, I think.
It's changing color to orange. And I see there is another one there. And there is third one there. And there are a few ones there which they may not grow any bigger than that because the season is really running short. And beside the watering, Jacob, and putting it on a compost heap for the food and drainage, does the actual seed that you use has an effect on the quality?
I think so, yeah.
So you must have a seed from a pumpkin which was giant.
Yeah.
That is a different variety, of
It's
course.
a different variety, yeah.
That is almost now 60 centimeter. Huge. And you can see the marking of the leaves. It's so delicate that the markings, the leaf has rubbed here and left the marking there.
That's true.
Beautiful. Drip that, drip. Close there. Amazing.
Yeah.
Jacob and son continuing to grow pumpkins in the UK. Update on the Jacob's pumpkin from Kerala, but now he lives in England. Yes, can you come and show us? How is your pumpkin now?
Growing.
Is it?
Yeah. Can be not. Last time we said it's around 60 centimeter, now it's...
Ah, amazing. Put your hand on it just for the scale. That's it. That's the size. It's about 19 centimeter. I think.
90 centimeter now.
Yeah, that's amazing. Let's show. You should give me one seed of this giant pumpkin so I can grow it.
Of course I will.
Brilliant. So maybe just for the sake of information, ask you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jacob. I'm from South India,
Yeah,
Kerala.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And what you have put under this pumpkin that it is not rotting?
Actually, this is I grown from the compost. Compost is underneath.
Ah, so this will let the water go and
From by
yeah,
tank.
that's it. That's great. Let us see if your dripping system is yet working.
Yeah, it's under the leaves now.
Yeah, It was here the other time, but I suppose that the tank is there, so that is working. Amazing. If anybody wants to grow a giant pumpkin, what they should do?
Just simple. Pumpkin need more water.
Oh.
More than any fertilizer or any compost. Water is important for pumpkin.
Yes.
In my experience, I know that.
That's brilliant. Jacob the pumpkin man. Amazing. Let us zoom to the tree and to your face. Big happy smile of a farmer. This is a giant pumpkin. Put your hand on it, please. Ooh, wow. Can you put it on the pumpkin? Aha, that's the size. I can say this is about 60 centimeters. And why this is growing? Because this gentleman is very crafty and industrious. What he has done, you see this drip of water here is always there. And this is connected to this water tank.
Yeah.
So 24 hours a day, this pumpkin is being fed. Practically, most of it is water then. That is amazing. And let us see the gardener who has done this big achievement. He's called Joseph.
Jacob.
Oh, Jacob. Jacob. And he's originally from Goa.
Kerala.
Kerala. Is it from Kerala, not Goa?
Not Goa.
Oh, okay, amazing. Joseph, you have done well. God bless you. Another variety of giant pumpkin that Jacob is growing. He's from South India in Kerala. And that's his allotment pumpkin in UK. Look at it, it's beautiful. This one is a little bit paler and is about more than half a meter, probably 60 centimeter now, and is yet growing. And the secret, as Jacob says, is to add water. Okay, we are here again with Jacob's baby. It's a beautiful pumpkin that he has. Actually, not just one baby, it's more than one. There is another one, white one there. Yeah, it's turning now to a kind of salmon beige color with a little bit, warty surface. It's turning beautiful, really. And this is Jacob. Jacob, do you want to cover them now because of the frost?
Yeah, because already frost.
Oh, yeah, the plant has suffered, as you see. Yeah, just covering the pumpkin just to be sure that it will not get damaged anymore. So, go ahead and cover it, Jacob. Now pumpkin covered.
Can go.
Oh, that's too big. That baby has grown very bigger than your bags. You can cover the other ones. Removing the moisture so it will not get moldy. Yeah. It's like a person. Should be covered with a jacket. Beautiful. And the third one, okay, that can covered by the back. I can cover that. Yeah, now we have a pumpkin who is a hoodie. Hoodie pumpkin. Yeah, the third one. Yeah, we had one night of frost. The temperature fell to 4 degrees. It damaged some of the pumpkins and the leaves mainly. One of my little pumpkins also was damaged, but it was a little one, not as big as this one. This big one seems that they store the heat somehow, so they don't suffer so much as the little ones.
Going to remove it in the morning.
Yeah, beautiful.
There's no frost.
Yeah, there is no frost tonight. I think that will be 10, 11
10, 11.
degrees. So that is above the freezing point. Yeah. It's not just the frost. When the sun rises, the water expands. And the expenditure of the water will cause the tissues of the cells of these plants just burst. And that is what we see here, like these ones. The cell structure has been damaged. They cannot do photosynthesis anymore. They're not green. Brilliant. Pumpkins covered. Are you going to cover this one also?
Yeah.
You have enough cover. Oh, your dripping system. Even in the rain it works.
Still,
Oh, these are
still coming this weather.
yeah, marrow. Yeah, even in this weather they're coming. So you can use any of those, probably. They're rubbish, huh? You cannot use them. Or you can turn the edge of this over it.
Yeah, this carpet. That's fine.
Harvesting something that is known as Turk turban, but having harvested a few of the other variety, other samples of this, specimens of this, I think that it should be called with a different name, and I will tell you what name. Just let me. I like that name. It represents more of the Turks than anything else. Okay, looking at this. The appropriate name for this is not Turk's turban. You can call it Turk turban, but the better name is Turk's bottom. Turk's bottom. Susan, hold it. Let me just take a little video of that. What you're doing. That's exactly Turk's bottom, Turk's arse. Little pumpkin for our soup tonight. So, just getting this small, one of the smaller ones. They're so tough.
They're tough. Have you got scissors or little suits or something?
Okay, because we don't want much a big pumpkin, we just take the smallest one of the ochikikuri ones. For dinner tonight, soup. It's very tough. in this. Let me go and bring the scissor.
Just make another video.
Okay, Suzanne, now you have the scissor. I have to go to the shed and bring the scissor. Oh, thank you. That's enough for one soup. For two people. Yeah, lovely. Look at that. That's for tonight. We are two only. We can eat this one. Yum, yum. This is called ochikikori, by the way. Harvest of the 2014 of acorn squashes, lightning and celebration with a beautiful mutation. Okay, these are the tapes of the pumpkins or winter squash and summer squashes that I've grown this year. I'm not just after eating them. I want, because we have to live with them for a long period of time, several months, sometimes a year. This one is from last year. Is a Turk turban, and is now November 4th, and yet it is here. We can use it. It's absolutely healthy and edible. So I'm going for kind of pumpkins and summer squashes that have a beauty beside being edible. This is a summer squash, scallop varieties. As you can see, they look different. They're kind of decorative, and we have it in the windowsill for curing and storage. They look beautiful. Also, these ones. This is a winter squash, of course. This is summer squash, and all these kind of butternut squashes. We have used several of them already. I grow them because they are edible. At the same time, they're beautiful. Look at this little one, beautiful. Look at this crown prince, beautiful. And this is the harvest of our pumpkins and summer squashes for this year. This one can be used like courgette. Tastes like that also, but has a very hardy skin that can last long. This is the pumpkin variety Iran. I bought it from the Baker Creek seeds in America. As the story says, the seed was obtained in 1948 from a town in Iran called Torbat Haydariye. And the book, which is called Complete Pumpkin, claims that this is the most beautiful pumpkin in the world. Judging by what other pumpkins I have in this size range, I think that can be true. And actually, it is a long keeper. I had it here since September, and now it is 27th of January. September, October, November, December, and yeah, December, January. 5 months it is now, and there are claims on the internet that this has kept on to June. I'm looking to see how long I can keep this one. Okay, today is the 18th of November. I had a lot of varieties of the pumpkin cultivated like last year, this year also. Probably the same number of varieties or even more. This is called Honey Bear. I'm going to have it for a pumpkin soup tonight. But let me go and show you the other pumpkins that I have. I've given up a lot of them given to our friends, and just to share the pleasure of growing something. And people love it when I give them this kind of different pumpkins. I will show you a few that I have. Okay, this is one of those pumpkins that I think I bought the seed from the franchise or Seeds of Italy from Wisley Horticulture, RHS Horticulture Society, Rural Horticulture Society place, or from another local nursery. I don't remember. I don't remember the name of it. I just grow it, and I don't label anymore things because I know what they are. This is pumpkin. That's pumpkin for me. It's a different shape. That's the only difference. Okay, these are more varieties of pumpkins that I've grown this year. Many of them are some of them are from Marshalls. I think this one is from Marshalls or from the Frenchy again. This is from the Frenchy. This one was from Marshall. They call it pumpkin squash or squash pumpkin, something like that. I suppose I was waiting to see a little bigger than this, but it didn't grow. This one I had double this size, given to John, our allotment supervisor. Another, the same size like that other one, I gave it to our friend in the farm for the kids to carve. I had another one, big one, which was like a boob, and I made a video about that. I also passed it to our friend in the farm. We get our chickens and other things there. They are nice to us. So. This is a Torque's turban, or Torque's bomb, as I jokingly call it. These are other varieties that I also purchased the seeds. I think from the Seeds of Italy or something. This is also, again, Seeds of Distinction, I think, yeah. More varieties here. This is the Musco de Provence. This year, it was a little bit late when I planted this variety. Well, it gave me again one pumpkin. That's all right. It goes kind of golden brown color over time. At the moment, it's green. This is, as usual, the Old Faithful Ochikikuri. I have a few of these potty pans, and this is the spaghetti squash. I'm not sure about this. It must be. It's not ochikikuri. It's a little bit bigger than that. I think it's one of those Frenchy ones again, Seeds of Italy. So I have a few here. Again, another Turk turban and another one of these blue squash or something like that. Anyway, Hobart or Anna Schwarz or Hobart, something like that. I forgot the name. Sorry. It's pumpkin. It's a winter squash. I will eat it. So that's what is important. I love pumpkins. I love to grow them. I grow them a lot. The bigger ones, I cannot keep them because windowsills, you see how little this is. So the bigger ones goes usually to our friends. Okay, now we come back again to the honey bear. Honey bear actually was good. It gave me, probably 5 or 6 fruits. And we have a few of them, some of the other ones, but we pass to other people, friends. And sharing and enjoying the pumpkin. This is enough for us for a meal tonight. Pumpkin soup. Ingredients including pumpkin and other things, vegetables that we have from our own allotment, of course, most of them. This is the winter squash or pumpkin variety Iran. This is the second year that now we have it. I sown the seed of this in I think February or March 2014, and now we are in 19th of April 2015. It's the second year of the life of the plant and the fruit of it in this way, and yet the fruit, which is among the largest fruits of any kind of fruit, any plant, is yet going on. It's amazing. Just a few pumpkins also. Winter squashes have remained. Festival is called, from last year also. We have given some to our friends, some eaten, and yet these are the specimens survived. Iran is a wonderful variety of pumpkin, it seems. First of all, it's beautiful. Then, when the times comes, I just may open it and see how it is. It's a wonderful pumpkin. Actually full of beauty. It looks amazing, interesting. I'm taking a few photos also. Interesting. The Christmas Day, we want to also use one of our pumpkins to make to include it in our Christmas dinner. Susan, do you want to choose one pumpkin?
Yes, I'm having this one.
Why this one? Can I just show you other ones that you can take a look? You don't like those big ones?
No, that would be too big because
this one.
Let's just dust this
The
year.
honey bear, Turk turban, this. You want this one?
I
Ochikikuri.
think this one because they're the sweetest and it'll be...
Ochikikuri, huh? That's the
Yeah.
best one. You grow it and it's ready always in August.
That's the sweetest one.
Yeah,
and
most reliable one.
Yeah, it's easiest to cook with a dinner, and it doesn't need to be spiced up or anything. This one it is.
Beautiful. Can you see the bottom of it? Uchikikuri, Japanese onion, as they call it in Japanese. That's the meaning of the word uchikikuri. It's the best pumpkin you can have, you can grow. Easy to grow. August will be ready, and it keeps it up to December now. You can keep it up to May if you like. Okay, this is a Musky de Provence pumpkin. It's a very good pumpkin. When you take it, it's almost green. It gradually turns this copper brown color. It's a small one. You grow usually bigger, double the size or triple the size. This is for this year's crop. And I bought the seed, I think, from the Real Seed catalog. So that's a pumpkin. And I'm going now with winter squash or pumpkin. And I'm going now to cut it because we want to eat it. It's Sunday, 10th of the April, 2016. Harvested probably October, September, October. Yeah, October. And now we are going to have it. Okay, I use a bread knife for this, and as you see, it's cutting through. Bread knife is safer. You will not cut unless you sew with a sew movement. And yeah, that's the way Musky de Provence. My wife wanted to boil it the way that they do, but we didn't have the big pottery available now. We were making yogurt in it, so so I'm lucky. I can use the seeds. The seeds are available. So Musky de Provence is one of the best, sweetest pumpkins you can grow. A Real Seed catalog. It's a heirloom variety. And I think this is actually from the Middle East. But this is what we call as in Persia, they call it as Iran. They call it a turban. It looks a little like a turban. Not the Turk's turban. Turk's turban is different. This is a turban, what we call turban. It's very sweet. We'll see how it is. Okay, now I've emptied the seed cavity. The seeds are here. I will add a little bit of water, then with the pulp I will separate the seeds from the pulp. And this is a pumpkin itself. It's quite juicy for a pumpkin that is almost now, about 6 months old at least, from the harvest time and from the inception time, that when you sow the seed, March 2015, is 12 more than 1 year old. It's quite juicy. Look, even you can see some juices standing there. A little puddle. Anyway, quite juicy and quite seedy. Not much seed actually, I must say. It's really good. I'm looking forward for this. It must be very sweet. I like it. Unlike the pumpkins that you use in the Halloween, these are good pumpkins. They last. Okay, I have now separated the pulp from the seeds. These seeds go in another saucer to dry. It's almost the time for planting, so just probably we sow them. Okay, they say that don't plant the seed from the pumpkin that you have not separated it from prevented cross-pollination and such things. If it was so, why in the past, I mean, this is a very ancient, it's from Middle East, probably 800 years old, the history of it in Europe, during the Crusades probably they brought the seed. And it has been grown since then, all the time like this, without anything, just every year seed after seed they were planting it. So why we don't have anything worse than what it is? I think seed companies want actually you don't buy it. You don't grow your own, you just buy from them. This is a heirloom company, Real Seed Catalog, and they say keep it, but they say do it like that, separate them, don't let them cross-pollinate with other flowers, select a flower, then pollinate it, then close it, isolate it, then when the pumpkin comes, that pumpkin is the one that you can take the seed. I will try now this year, just without any of this hassle, to see if I can get a good crop. I may not, but I may also. You will see. Okay, now I've cut the pumpkin and I'm putting it, I added some seasoning, general purpose seasoning. And just want to eat it, I don't use it in a soup or anything. This is the seasoning I'm using. And all-purpose savory seasoning. I'm putting it now in the oven and I will not show the result because I'm too tired and I just eat it later. This video is just for showing the pumpkin Muscat de Provence. Okay, we have lots of pumpkins from the allotment. But this pumpkin is from the allotment. I didn't have enough space in the home, in the windowsill. So I put them in the plastic box that we had just outside, in the open, in the allotment, beside the polytunnel, not inside it even, outside. I left it there and I was thinking that probably it will rot. I have several there and this is one of them. Now I came and I saw that it is fresh, as new. I washed it, now I'm going to cut it and eat. Okay, now I'm cutting the pumpkin. It's quite actually soft. So it didn't have the time to actually to cure itself, getting hard the skin outside. Okay, I cut it now. And now remember, this is one of those pumpkins that we grow for the first time. That they call it for Halloween. They use it for Halloween. You see the amount of the seeds and the little amount of the skin it has. The flesh actually. So that is it. But it has lasted. This is not today, it's the 17th of January 2016 and we harvested. Halloween was in the October, November when it was. Quite late it has survived. Just in a plastic. You don't expect it to survive actually in plastic because of the sweating and then with moisture they will molt. It will be covered in mold. So it's not moldy, just slightly here. So I'm going now to see how it is inside. Okay, now I have actually spooned it out. This is the pith with the seeds. It's one of those rubbish spoons that you use. So, remove that. I don't want to use my good spoons for this kind of jobs. Anyway, now this is the pith, and that's the rest of it is the flesh. And it don't look to be bad. Actually, it looks nice. I'm going to eat it. Okay, now I've cut it into pieces. I want to roast it probably. But wait, these are the pieces. This is a tray I'm going to put the pumpkins in it. Just to experiment. See if I can roast it. Okay, now I have foiled the bottom of this. Put the lay down the... And now we're seasoning the pumpkins. It is 17th of January, we have pumpkin. This is a Halloween pumpkin. Some sugar will be nice, huh, to add to this. Yeah, a dash of oil also. Oh, looks yummy. Okay, now the sugar. Dermara sugar, brown sugar.
No. Demerara, dark.
Yeah, Demerara, huh?
Yeah.
Dark sugar, anyway, brown sugar. That's the sugar which is not whitened by using phosphorus and other things.
Cane sugar.
And that's a plain cane sugar. It's more healthy. I heard from many people, traditional medicine practitioners, they were telling me so.
Okay, that will melt down.
Just hold on, hold on. Oh, which gas number you're putting?
It's electric and it's 250 for about 45 minutes.
Okay, 45 minutes, so I'll just set it on 45.
Shall I put this in the thing?
Yes. No, I want to have some seeds.
Well, it's not a full seed. What do you want to do with it?
Okay, now.
Oh, I'll put it in.
6 varieties of squashes. Squash Orange Queen, Squash Celebration, Squash Winter Squash Variety Iran, Squash Spaghetti Stripety F1, Squash Scallop Twinkle F1, and White Scallop or Potty Pan Squash. Now in the Waddesdon Garden and Manor, Kate Malone, she's an artist making pottery or chinaware and glaze them, and she's crazy for pumpkins. And as you know, I'm also crazy for pumpkins. Let us see what she has made. Look at this. This is a big kind of like a butternut squash style, but not exactly butternut squash. This, oh no, don't touch, not touch. This is another one which is the turban. All kind of fruits. This one is Muscat de Provence. I know that. And that one is also another one. Oh God, this all potty. This is scallop, courgette, and of course these are small butternut squash and corn and some chili. And that is the giant, beautiful Muscat de Provence. That's one of the longest lasting pumpkins you can find, you can grow. Of course, this is made of the pottery or china. Beautiful glaze on it. Oh God, this lady likes the Muscat de Provence. Another Muscat de Provence with the paintings on it. Really beautiful. I never saw anything like that before. Oh, of course, these are the Middle Eastern ones. We call them Kadu Halwai, sweet pumpkin. A pastry pumpkin. And more pumpkins. Oh God, look at this. All kind of course, these are summer squash, some of them. This is summer squash, it's cut up. And this is the, God, I forgot. Anyway. You can. Do you remember the name of that? That's not melon. That's a pumpkin.
Kürbis. Das ist Kürbis.
That's a blue Hobart.
I can't think now.
These are kind of pumpkin, summer squash.
Pumpkin, yeah.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, aber special Sorte.
Yeah, curry, yeah, pumpkin.
Where are you from? May I just ask?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh, you're welcome here. Yeah. good.
Germany.
Do you grow also pumpkin there?
Yeah,
I
oh
don't-
yes, we have very big ones.
Yeah. I grow it myself. That's the reason I'm really excited to see this lady.
And this
Is so much interested in the art of pumpkin.
The inspiration came from the garden here.
Really?
That's where she went to see, because they grow in the garden.
Can we see the garden?
No,
Actual
that's
garden?
private.
Private. Oh.
She was here many weeks to look at all what the objects, and then she got the idea and created
Beautiful.
it. Like
She should come to my allotment because I grow all kind of varieties. Many of these things are familiar to me because I grow them. That is uchiki kuri, for example.
This is
It's a Japanese pumpkin. Uchiki kuri means the orange onion in Japanese. It's because it's orange. Of course, she, in an artistic license, she just colors them the colors that she wants.
Das ist wunderbar.
all the shapes and come from what she's seen.
Yes.
The Esther.
There is a book called Complete Pumpkin. It has all kind of pumpkins that you can find. It's an expensive book, of course, but I managed to buy it. It's, if you want to
are
buy it
an
now,
expert.
£120 is that book just. But there is no pumpkin that you may find anywhere that is not
Anywhere
mentioned in that
else, yeah.
book. Beautiful photographs of it and
Lovely
everything.
hobby, lovely hobby.
Oh, I love it.
Also das macht sie
It's the best thing you can have, the best lasting vegetable that you can keep in your own
Ja,
home.
das stimmt.
But
All
they
the
say-
year, from October until March in my cellar.
Yes.
I have some.
Yeah.
And I can use it.
I have now even some pumpkin in my home, in the windowsill. I'll tell you which one is this. Turk turban. That lasts a long time.
How
That
wonderful.
lasts very
Yeah,
long.
it's an amazing thing. You can keep it, and anytime you want, it's just fresh. Because the skin get dry, but inside of it is moist and yeah, it's all right. You can eat
So
it.
do you enjoy the whole exhibition? Do you
I
like
really
it?
love this. I wish that the lady was here also, and
Yeah,
we
I've
could
met
share my
her.
videos about the pumpkins I
I
have.
have met the lady.
You?
I came to a lecture when she opened. Yeah.
I may actually try after this. I try to
She's
show you
on the
some of my.
video there. She's
Is she?
right there. There she is.
Oh, that's there.
You can go and watch it. Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
love
what she
that.
said.
Ja, es ist eine Kunst.
Malone sounds
Also ich
Italian.
finde einfach, die haben nicht.
Ja, ja.
Das ist nicht mein Geschmack.
Mama reinkommt, dann ist nicht die
All kind of beautiful
Aber zum Beispiel
pumpkin.
die finde ich wahnsinnig gut.
Ja. Und auch die schöne Schüssel.
Oof, look at this. I think this lady is fascinated by the Moscow province pumpkin. This is you repeat, she repeating it here, there, another one. These are the same variety of pumpkin. It's a French pumpkin.
Interesting. Honey, und die schöne.
Also die Hafen sind sehr schön.
Giant pumpkin. Okay. I wish this was mine. That is beautiful. Take a picture of it. And this is the heaven for pottery pumpkins. Oh, this is the artist. Kate Malone, or Malone. She looks slightly Italian. It's lovely art. Oh, all kind of stems of the pumpkins. That's actually a good idea. I should separate mine also, keep them. They are beautiful items. A little video about her making her work. She's quite ancient like me, must be around 55. this is also jasmine. Huh? This is the almond cake. This is supposed to be bank holiday. This is a garden center.